Least realistic aspect of the entire show? Dwight not getting fired after the fire drill. Michael not being fired basically every episode. Allowing a film crew to capture any part of the hearing for Jan's unlawful termination lawsuit. I'll do like when Michael said it was a pattern of disrespect and inappropriate behaviors and corporate thought he was saying it about Jan and were happy, and Jan thought it applied to corporate and she was happy. Pete doesn't understand who the Phillies are. If you think about how many times people on the show would be fired or arrested, you'll lose all semblance of it being based on reality. Think he's just probably really picky or doesn't really have time to date. Dwight and Jim making that fake employee to somehow skirt the commission caps. If you start thinking about the logistics, it's absurd. Did DM issue checks to a fake person with no SS number? Even if they did, how would they have cashed the checks? Googling, Scranton has a 5.6% Asian population. 4,272 people. Assuming half are women, and following the rest of the population trends from the 2020 census, 38.5% are either less than 18 or greater than 65. That means that there are 822 Asian females that are not minors or seniors. I don't have the demographic figures for South Asian, but assuming Ravi has specific ethno-religious preferences, it's probably fair to say that there are slim pickings where he is located. Michael staying in management as long as he did. Creed rolling on the floor laughing. Hardly any turnover throughout the course of the show. In my experience, you have people leaving and getting hired every year. Dunder Mifflin not closing during the 07-09 financial crisis. Or it surviving any of the first 6 seasons. The thing I always hated were the bits when Andy couldn't hear. You hear your phone in the ceiling, you'd know it was your phone ringing in your pocket. And also speaking of hearing, the inconsistency of the conference room. Sometimes you can hear every word with the door shut. Sometimes you can have your ear to the door and not hear anything. It's just whatever was funnier in the moment. A documentary crew spending 9 years with a paper company to make a 9-episode PBS documentary. The ROI there is kinda insane. Ryan getting his job back. On Halloween, Creed said, "I didn't know it was Halloween," and showed up in a bloody suit. I still think about that scene sometimes. Ryan at corporate. Ryan never making any sales. Baldy. You are bald. There is no hair on your head. Your head is shiny like a mirror. Mirror starts with M. M, your name is Mark. Pam not being fired for downloading porn on her office computer. Jim being able to cut through a tie with a normal pair of scissors. He was busy cocooning people. He didn't have time to look for love. If this were real life, everyone would have been fired at some point. Yes, I was thinking of it yesterday. Reintroducing Ravi was lazy writing. And finding Ravi for casting, when they could not even find Pam's mom, is the unfortunate luck. Doctors aren't wealthy, especially at his age. He makes a good living but also tons of student debt.